Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Some men marry strategically. And this was inspired after a private comment from one of my subscribers. Shout yourself out in the comments, brother. So anyway, we all know about how women, they can be very practical. People can talk about all their emotional stuff, but many women are very pragmatic when they marry. They realize they might need a child, maybe a father to help raise their children, pragmatic. Need somebody with money, pragmatic. Need somebody with a certain image, a certain status, pragmatic. Now, most men, I'm sorry to say, most men marry the woman who was most available to them for sex. Man, I've written this down and I've noticed that over the years. Whoever like them the most, the most available for sex and the most likely to be cooperative. And then even then, that sex might dry up like after the I do, because the woman was thinking pragmatically. She was thinking about your money, your status, how you make her look, and all of that. And just real quick, because I know I always have something to say about the looks, money, and status, folks. I've never said, I always got to say this every time, I've never said it doesn't work. I always talk about how to get around it. So, anyway. Now, that being said, there are many men who marry strategically. In particular, powerful men. Understand, once you get to a certain level, love don't got anything to do with it, or lust. First of all, a truly powerful man, at the very least, can get sex. Because he can pay for high-end escorts, he can get him a sugar baby, whatever. He can get sex. Or just some ordinary woman on some acceptable hoe shit. He can always get sex. But when you talk about marriage, it's not necessarily for love either. One thing, when any men who get to that level, it starts becoming political. Even if it's not, and when I say political, I don't necessarily mean a politician, though they definitely do that. But anybody who's gone high up in corporate America, or they are dealing with a different type of crowd, it's very, very important, the woman that they have on their arms. And at a certain level, they might let you, you might have that sugar baby or that escort, and they understand. But at a certain level, they want to know who you're married to. When I'm talking about other men checking you out, and they will judge you on it. Any men on this board who's, now 6 figures is a minimum. I'm talking like you in some real corporate executive position. You you at the private clubs, parties, get-togethers, or whatever. First of all, at that level, business is conducted on a social basis. They ain't conducted like two people have a meeting or something. Nah, they getting together before that. That's why it's very important, like a lot of powerful people, they learning how to play golf. They on a golf course or some other social situation where they get they can feel something. It's not, see, that's one thing. When people get up to that level, marriage don't have anything to do with it. It's all about what kind of relationships we got with each other. Now, I had recently talked about the underworld. That's actually, it can be an aspect of the underworld in there, and which is the only exception to what I was saying about the body and everything. And that's where, at that level, since they ain't really loved, they might be swapping wives or something. But that's another conversation. Don't ask me about it. I don't want to get into it. I'm just putting it out there for you to know. But when you get up at that level, that man, he can't just grab, that woman, that 87 octane or something, or that 89, they might be cool as hell for the man. Shit, he might even get along with her better. But if she don't have the social graces, or she got one too many visible tattoos, dudes don't want to deal with her. Few exceptions to that. Like I said, visible. Or then if she lacks class, she can't roll, or she can't have an intelligent conversation, dude might not deal with it. Because Here's how it works. Okay. Say you, that guy, one way or the other, through hard work or hustling in a business, he gets in like some of those more upper crust circles. All right, he go to a function. He goes in that function and he's talking with them. He's talking with the guys and they looking at him. And they chilling. But his woman acting crazy. And he might be trying to get a deal or something, and they think they'll be courteous to him. Now, unless she really trifling, somebody might say something, but for the most part, they'd be courteous, but they'd be looking. And they'd be like, is this the type of guy I want to do business with? Is this how he picks somebody? If this is how he picks someone, then I don't want to deal with it. Like I know a guy, he rolls in those circles, and that's one of the things that made me think about even doing this. And he said it was to the point him and his wife actually practiced how they were going to carry themselves. They practiced, and some people who follow me know who I'm talking about. So I mean, like in my inner circle, they know who I'm talking about because dude thorough. But when you dealing on that level, man, so that's the most important thing. Like if you a guy and you just you got ordinary 9 to 5 and you all right, it's enough to get you a decent house, keep a car running and all that. Oh yeah, grab any old woman. But when you talk in those circles, not just of money but of power, of influence, it's just as important who you walking with. You could be a corporate CEO. And a corporate CEO, understand something. That's a political position. Because you not only running a bunch of people who you visible in front of, but you answering to some shareholders, a bunch of people depending on the business. You're dealing with the media. Or another powerful position is the minister of a major church. Not one of these little small, intimate type of churches like mega churches. You don't think the minister just grab any old body? Now, these ministers are notorious for being able to get theirs through the congregation, but trust me, they pick the woman with care. It's got to be strategic, and it's more political than love, regardless of what they say. You get at that level, they know the whole concept of love is it's bullshit in Western culture anyway. But at that level, it's more about what type of asset is she? How does she carry herself? Now, I've done some stuff on my woman's channel, saying most of these women won't level up. And that's part of the reason. You just can't be up there. It's a lot to it. Just fixing yourself up and looking good is more to it. You might get some sex from the man. But trust me, he probably get a reversible vasectomy, or he'll do something. Or he'll do something to make sure you ain't saying something out of turn. But when you're talking about marriage, and it's expected. Like, I have to be real, because you have a lot of people in this space say, I ain't gonna get married. Well, I already know you ain't trying to deal with a real powerful position. I already know there's only so far you're gonna get, because they will judge you on it. They will judge you on it, even if they know it's some bullshit political damn thing. Image is very important at that higher level. So a man who got some money, he want to go up. He's going to think about it. Now, of course, you can get some guys who can get to a certain point, and you can still make $1 million and do what you want to do. Yeah, it's possible. Everything's possible, But if you're trying to network with people and do some extra stuff, who you walking with is very important. Sometimes that deal, in fact, at a certain level, is really the women making the deals, and they the ones facilitating stuff socially at a certain level. So that's very important, because the woman's she's not just on your arm, but she's representing your interest. Boom. So because of those reasons in that area, the men are going to marry strategically and not just whoever comes along. So just understand that, especially for your fellas out there who have serious ambitions of going up high. And it's all political. It's not even about you running for office or something. If you're in a position of power, that's political, because you're influencing people. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.